Hello, this is Tenacious Earl and this is Tenacious Sports. Welcome back to the channel. Picking up with a project that I started back a few months ago and it's been on and off, but I got sort of turned on to APBA baseball, and I did a little bit of one of my pet projects for a while, which was what I call a Tenacious League, where it's 10 random teams from a season. But I went away from that and decided to try another Phillies replay, 2011 season, and going into game 29. I think the Phillies right now are 14-14, and that's not very good for a team that had 102 wins in 2011. But that's the ups and downs of a season, and you just never know what would happen. If they had to do it over again, you could see, maybe 102 is like the high point, right? So that's why we're playing it out, just to have some fun, take a look at these players, see the players on the other team, see what happens. So have a matchup between Jason Marquis. He'll be pitching for the Nationals, and the Vanimal, Van Worley, will get the nod for Philly here, who, in 2011 didn't have a bad campaign. He was sort of like the fifth starter in that four aces group of Holiday, Lee, Oswalt, and Hamels. Not necessarily in that order. You could argue who 3 and 4 were, maybe. You might even be able to argue who 1 or 2 was. But so far the pitching has been, I'd say, okay. They've seen their share of walks, I think, in the beginning parts of the season. But, all right, well, we're going to get to the game here. So I'm going to turn this down to the table, and let's get started. Game 29 of the 2011 Phillies replay using APBA baseball. This is going to be the master game, as best I can do. Okay, so here we are. We're going to get started. I'm not going to shuffle through the cards off the bat here, but I will go down the lineup for the Nationals to start, the away team, playing here at Citizens Bank Park. It'll be Danny Espinosa leading off, and he's the second baseman. Then it'll be Ian Desmond, the shortstop. Jason Worth will bat third and be in right. Adam LaRoche, the first baseman, will hit cleanup. Then Wilson Ramos behind the plate. Lance Nix in left field. Jerry Hairston Jr. in center. Third baseman Alex Cora, and pitcher Jason Marquis. And yes, we do have pitcher hitting. That's a welcome return now that we don't have that in the majors. And they will be facing Vance Worley. So just as a reference here before we get started, Worley, his real life numbers, he was 11-3 in 21 starts for the Phillies in 2011 with a 3.01 ERA. So definitely a solid pitcher for them. And as I said, the master game, so I'll need to flip through the book here a little bit. I have some cheaters that I've written down, but you kind of need to look at the individual results as we go along here. So all right, Danny Espinosa leading off here, top of the first, and the game is underway. And that is 16, which will be 28, and Worley is an X, but 28 checks for K, so it's a grounder to short. Jimmy Rollins grabs it, throws to first, and that's the first out. Beats Espinosa with the throw. One away. Now Ian Desmond. And the pitch. And that's a 44. That's an 8. Now, with the master game, we take Worley's 13 and Desmond against a righty pitcher is -1, so it's going to be a 12. We look at 8 and 12, and there is nothing in the adjustment chart, so that is going to be a single for Desmond. So 1 out base runner. He is a D28, and so for D in the rules is 1 or 2 outs, ahead by 1, tied, or behind by 1 for in innings 1 through 6. So with Worth up, let's go ahead and do a hit. Oh, yeah, 1 out. We'll do hit and run. Got to flip to the first base chart, and let's see what happens here with the hit and run for Jason Worth, former Philly here, right fielder. 45, which he does not have a Z, so that is a walk. But wait, so that's a base on ball. But let's see with this hit and run play. Strike, use the second steal number. Okay, so the second steal number for Desmond, or the I don't know if it's maybe it's secondary steal number. It's what you calculate. So he's a wait a second. I have D28 on my card, and my notes say C31. So which is it? Let's take a look. Either way, he should be running here. But Desmond is D28. Somewhere I've gotten bad numbers in there. What about Espinosa? Doesn't look right either. I have a little cheat sheet up there. He's E29, so okay, so I had to make some adjustments there in my the charts that I'm using to try and help speed things up a little bit. So I think the numbers for the most part are right, but now it makes me think I should check one more time. Yeah, okay, so we had a steal here that needs to happen, and because Worley is a 1 hold and Schneider is -4, that means that we have to add 3 to Desmond's number. So Desmond is a D28 after all. So we add 3 to 28, so that's 31. So if you go to, I need to go to the other chart here to take a look here. So for a 31, that would be 61 or less, and he will steal the base. And he does. Now we need to check for Brian Schneider is behind the plate. He is an 8. There are some potential wild throws on a safe steal. 46 is not one of them, but that will be a stolen base for Desmond. And it's a strike. So runner on second with 1 out and an 0-1 count. Worley trying to work around this. So Worth, and the delivery 54 is a fly ball to right field. That'll be caught by Ben Francisco. Desmond will retreat to second and not try to attempt that throw with 2 outs. That'll bring up Adam LaRoche, the lefty. Lefty on righty. With 2 down, runner at second. Worley delivers. And it's 55, which is a 9. And let's see, LaRoche split as a 12. And so that is going to be fortunate. That goes to 26. And with that, it's going to be a 4-3 put out, which will end the inning. Let's see, is there any adjustment? 2 out. Actually, 26 with 2 outs. It's going to be a fly ball to center field. That'll end the inning. No runs with a hit and 1 left. And we'll move on to the Phillies now. Might be a little slow here. I haven't narrated a baseball game in a couple months, so bear with me. Actually, more than a couple months. I kind of narrate them in my head, but you know. Okay. So, Phillies. You have Jimmy Rollins will be the leadoff hitter, followed by Shane Victorino. Rollins at short, Victorino in center, Placido Polanco third base, Ryan Howard at first, Ben Francisco the right fielder, Raul anyway, I'd have to look that up. So Ibanez is batting 6th and playing left. Then Schneider is the catcher, Brian Schneider. Wilson Valdez, second base, bats 8th. And Vance Worley, the 9-hole hitter, And it'll be Jimmy Rollins facing Jason Marquis. Marquis is a 5 grade. So 41 for Rollins. Gonna be that's a 24. Marquis has no letters, so that's going to be a grounder to short. Ian Desmond throws to first, and that's a one. That's a 1 out right there. Next up, Shane Victorino. Phillies have all been pretty much underperforming, both pitching and hitting. It's been kind of a slow go over here. 13, no letters, so it's going to be a walk for Victorino on that 14. Now, with an E, again, he could go here. Well, an E is 2 outs, so he would have to wait until there's 2 outs. So Polanco with Victorino at first. And the pitch, 23 is going to be 26 is the result. 26 is a 4-3 putout, but let's see, it could actually be, let's see, there's no double play chances here. I think the question would be whether Espinosa, who is an 8 defender, 11, so it's going to be a 1, so that will be, let's see, is Polanco slow? Polanco is a neutral runner, so that's going to be a force out at second. That'll be a 4-6 fielder's choice. And Polanco has an R steal rating, so he's not going anywhere. 2 outs, Ryan Howard. Can he get cooking here? 2 outs, runner at first. And the pitch, it's a 52. That's 27. Marquis doesn't have an X, so that's going to be a grounder to Alex Cora, and he will take the long throw across the diamond to LaRoche, make the play. No runs, no hits, and 1 base runner left. We're going to go to the second, no score. And we will start the second with Wilson Ramos at the plate. I'm going to do this. It'll be easier to get, well, then I can't see it as well. 36 is going to be a 33, so we just have to, actually, it makes it tougher for me to see the results, so never mind. I guess what I can do is try to pull it out this way a little bit. So, so 36, so that turns to a 33, which is, no, Worley doesn't have a Y, so it's either a pop-up or a liner. So that's going to be Valdez, who is also an 8 and 66, so that's going to be a pop. Pop up to Valdez, and he makes a play after coming in a little onto the grass. 1 away, Lance Nix. And 42 is going to be 13. That is a strikeout, the first K for Worley on the night. That brings up Jerry Hairston Jr. Delivers 24 is going to be 29. Worley is an X. That will be another one that he blows by him for the strikeout 1-2-3 inning for Worley. Okay. Ben Francisco will be the batter. Bottom of the second. No score. That's going to be 28, which is going to be a grounder to short. Desmond to LaRoche, 1 out. Raul Ibanez. He has been hitting the ball well here. 33 is going to be a 6. That should be a double. Marquis does not have a letter, so it's going to be a double to right center field for Ibanez. Runner in scoring position with one away. Brings up the catcher, Brian Schneider. Light hitting catcher. Let's see if he can find his way to a single here and bring the run home, get him an early lead. Lined up, 65. That'll be 35. Let's see. It's not one of the, no W, so no, but it will be an infield, so they are a 2 rated infield. The range for a 2 is 31 to 46. It's 45, so it's in the 2 range. It's going to be a foul out to the catcher. So Ramos will find his way underneath that. Now it'll be up to Wilson Valdez, and they have a base open. They could put him on. They will pitch to him here. So Valdez with 2 outs. 41, that's 24, which will be a, let's see, that's probably a grounder to short here to end the inning. Well, it's some kind of a pop-up to shortstop. Let's see, Desmond, so that'll be a liner caught by Desmond to end the inning. So 1 hit and 1 left. Each team with a hit so far, but no score. Okay, Alex Cora, then the pitching spot, and then the top of the order here in third. 42 is going to be a strikeout. That's a 13. 3 strikeouts in a row for Worley, as I need to wind my book back to bases empty. And that brings up Jason Marquis. That's a 27. That's an X, so that'll be another strikeout. 4 strikeouts in a row. Worley on fire right now. And top of the order, 0 for 1 so far, Danny Espinoza. 66. That one is hit long. It is hit deep. And that one is out of there. That's a homer for Espinoza. That'll be a 1-0 lead for the Nationals as he gets a hold of that one. Been that kind of a series so far for the Phillies. They did take game 1, but game 2 got away from them. And they're going to be facing an uphill battle right now as Espinoza, who hit 21 homers in 2011, so that's a pretty good thing there. So 22. Desmond was 14, right? So wait. How did that work before? Desmond is -1. Yeah, so 14. Okay. Where did I see 12 before? Huh. Something's weird. Because he got a single. But I must have done my calculation wrong. Well, in any regards, that's a fly ball to left field, which will be caught by Raul Ibanez, and they do get a run on a hit, nobody left. So that first hit for Desmond might have been, but that's too little too late. I don't know what the heck happened. That's so weird. Maybe I looked at LaRoche's because LaRoche is a 12. But anyway, doesn't matter. What's done is done, and it's going to be Vance Worley, the pitcher, leading off here for the Phillies. Okay, 55, that's an 8. Worley is a 7 split. That's going to be a single. So, anytime you can get the pitcher on, especially as the leadoff hitter, is quite advantageous. So that's going to bring up Jimmy Rollins, 0 for 1. '21 is going to be 30. That'll be a fly ball to left field. Lance Nix drifts under it, makes the catch, and back to first goes Worley, 1 away. Shane Victorino walked, was forced into an out at second base with 1 away and Worley at first. 23 is 27. Runner at first, 27, is going to check third baseman. Third baseman is Alex Cora. He is a 4 defensive guy, and 66, that's the highest, so it's going to be he'll have to throw over to first base and get Victorino. Worley will advance to second base on the force, and the runner back in scoring position, the second one of the night. Can they tie it up with Placido Polanco? Up, and they are not going to want to walk Polanco to get to Howard. So Marquis looking to get through this. Another chance here for scoring in scoring position. Can he deliver with a pitch right here to Polanco? 16 is going to be 28, and that looks like it should get him out of the inning. 28 is shortstop. Shortstop's Desmond is an 8 range. 8 and 33, that is going to be a 1. Or no, that's going to be a 2. But that's still going to be 6-3 put out, and that will end the inning. Leave another runner. That's 3 runners left for the Phillies so far, and they're behind 1-0 going to the 4th. Okay. Jason Worth will come to the plate as he's 0 for 1 with a fly out to Ben Francisco in the first. And here we go. That's going to be a grounder down the first baseline. It's going to be picked up there by Howard, and he will jaunt to the bag, gets an out there for the first out of the inning. Adam LaRoche, center field fly out in his first at bat. That's going to be another fly ball, this time to right. Back on up a little bit is Francisco, but he's got room, and he's going to make the catch, 2 down. Brings up Wilson Ramos. Popped out to second base in the second. In his first at bat, 2 down. 63, that's a fly ball. Straight away center field. Victorino moves in a little bit. Squeezes it. 1-2-3 inning. Just the one mishap to Espinoza is the difference in this ball game so far. And coming up here will be Ryan Howard. He can be the one to do the same thing here for the Phillies. Bottom of the 4th inning, 1-0. That's a 63. That's going to be a strikeout. That's the first strikeout for Jason Marquis. Brings up Ben Francisco. Grounder to short. Before, and that's a 22. Which is going to be 8, and his split is 5, so that's going to be a single. Gets through into left center. And now Raul Ibanez with Francisco at first and 1 away. Francisco is a D20. And actually with Ramos, a 1 throw. That gets subtracted, so he would go down to 19, so barely over 50%. So we're not going to be doing any kind of steal here with Francisco having Ibanez at the plate. Ibanez digs in, comes set, and here's the pitch. 55 is going to be another 8, and Ibanez is a 4, so that is going to be another single. This time a line drive to left, and I think Ibanez is straight away rated. I think for Philly there's only one guy who isn't. Let's see. Mayberry's pull left, Howard pull right, Utley pull right. Utley isn't playing this one. Ibanez straight away, so that is going to go to left. So Francisco will hold up at second base. So 2 hits. Back-to-back hits here in the 4th. Going to need another one to get somebody home most likely, as it brings up Brian Schneider. Some real trouble here for Jason Marquis. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Can the Phillies string another hit here? 26, no, that's going to be 12. Let's see, first baseman is LaRoche. He is a 4. 52 to 66 is his range. And it's 25. This is going to be a double play. It's going to be a 3-6-3 double play to end the inning. And that retires the side. 2 hits, only 1 left. And the Phillies have left 4 hits so far, but cannot break through as we head to the 5th. All right, Lance Nix struck out his first time up. And that's going to be another strikeout. That's the 5th strikeout for Worley. Set down 5 in a row, and we got 12 of the last 13. The only one that has reached is Espinoza with his bomb. Brings up Jerry Hairston. That's a 9. Hairston is a 14 on 9. It is going to be a hit. Just gets it over the infield. Brings up Alex Cora. Hairston will not be running. Runner at first. Phillies would love to turn 2 here. That's a fly ball to left field. It'll be caught by Ibanez. Let's see. Yep. 2 away. Brings up Jason Marquis. Early to be pinch hitting for him, so they will let him hit. He's actually not the worst hitter in the world here. And that is going to be ripped. And that is going to be a double over first. Actually, it'll be over third. He's right. No, he is a left-hand hitter. That's going to be over first. Hairston running on the play, on contact. So let's see. That's a 6. That'll be 52. Right fielder is Francisco. He's a 32 arm. Marquis is actually, no, it's not. It's a Hairston. He's a slow 6. So 33 minus 6 is going to be 27. 52, 42, 32. So 25, I think, is what I'm calculating. They're going to send him. This is the last out of the inning. So, although Espinoza is coming up, I think they're going to try and score him here. So, it's going to be a play at the plate. So, what did we say? 25. That is 51 or less, and he is thrown out. Now, let's make sure that he makes the tag. You can drop. Or wait, maybe that's not on throws home. Well, there is a drop throws table, so what we need to do for the drop throws is, let's see, I guess I have to roll a die. That's going to be 6, so we're going to roll, and 14. That's not a drop throw. He is out at home plate. So that is going to be, let me get it back to runner at first. because that was a double. We're going to go 9-4-2, which ends the inning. So maybe an ill-advised sending him there, but that's going to get the Phillies out of the inning. No runs, 2 hits. They do leave 1. Worley breathes a sigh of relief. As do I. As the guy running the simulation, I shouldn't, but the Phillies are my team, so it's tough to separate that. But you've got a pretty dang good chance of him scoring there, so you try to give it a shot. I feel like 60% is better than 30 some odd percent you have with Espinosa, and some of that you wouldn't even get him home. So Valdez comes to the plate. 26 is going to be grounded to first base. LaRoche calls off Marquis, takes it to the bag himself, 1 down. Vance Worley to the plate. He got a hit his last time. Now this is going to be an error check. Now I do a randomization of errors. My friend Larry Rice has given me a chart that does that. So we're going to re-roll. That's a 42, which that puts it as a 19. The original was a 21. So instead of a first base check, it's a third base check, which is actually an automatic. That's an automatic third base error. If it were 2 outs, we'd have a chance at nullifying that with a fielding 1 result. But so Worley has reached twice. He brings up Rollins with a runner at first. This run would be unearned if it happened to score here against Marquis. Here's Rollins. 22 is an 8. Rollins is a 4 split, so that's going to be a single. Another line drive to left. Worley will have to stop at second. This is the same scenario as the last inning. Have some better hitters coming up here, but some more trouble. Marquis has been in trouble most of the night here. Has found a way to work around it. The Phillies just have not come up clutch in any of these situations, and they're going to get another chance right here. So Shane Victorino with Worley at second, Rollins at first, 1 down. That's a 35. He's not a W, so let's see. That is going to be a foul out. Underneath it will be Ramos. Make the catch, 2 down. It's going to be up to Placido Polanco to drive them home. He's 0 for 2 so far. Can this be his chance to shine and knock home a run? 46. Be a fly ball to right. I'm getting tongue-tied, but not Marquis. He's getting outs when it counts. No runs, 2 left on base on a hit and an error. It's still 1-0 as the Phillies are piling up the runners left in scoring position. Worley feels a little hard done right here, as he should. You look at his 11-3 record, and you knew he got some run support. Well, I guess he's not getting it in this particular campaign. Top of the 6th. Espinosa to the plate. Homered his last time, but this time it's going to be a strikeout. That will be 6 strikeouts for Vance Worley, as he'll now face Ian Desmond, who is 1 for 2. And okay, so that's 14 again this time. So I think this is going to nullify that as well. Yeah, it'll be a fly ball to left. And it'll be caught by Ibanez, 2 outs. So I think in theory Desmond should be 1 for. He should be 0 for 3 probably, but we're going to let that stand. Worth 2 outs. And I know that changes around all of the order of things. 27, that's an X result. That's going to be another strikeout. 7 Ks for Worley. He has had a strong performance here and should be able to keep going past the 6th here. No runs, clean inning, and it's going to be the big guy, Ryan Howard. Can he tie it up here with one swing? It's been a rough night here for the Phillies. That's going to be an 8. Howard is a 3. That's going to be a single. Another hit. That's the 6th hit on the night for the Phillies. Leadoff guy on for the 2nd time tonight. That brings up Ben Francisco. We're starting to think about getting somebody warming up there for Marquee, but let's see what happens here. Francisco is all lined up and ready to go. 42 is 22. And let's see. HBO pitcher. Let's see, did I write that down, the hit by pitch number for Marquee? He's not a 0 hit batter, so that's going to be a hit batsman for Francisco. Is going to move Howard to 2nd, and now there's some trouble brewing. 2 on with nobody out. The Nationals will start looking to their pen here. They're going to get quite a few pitchers we used last game. They're going to get Brian Broderick warming up, righty. And it's going to be Raul Ibanez coming to the plate. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Fingers don't want to work flipping this book. Okay. Here is Ibanez, 1st and 2nd, nobody out. 66, that is hit hard. It is hit long and it is gone. 3-run homer, just what the doctor ordered for the Phillies. Touches up Jason Marquee, and that is, I'm going to have to look it up here while I think we're going to go ahead and we'll let one more batter hit, but the pitching change is going to happen soon. Big hit for Ibanez. The Phillies take a 3-1 lead. So, okay, well, I just checked it, and that's Ibanez's 7th homer. So, a single, hit by pitch, and then a long drive for Ibanez. So, this game has turned quite quickly, and Broderick is almost warmed up here. They have Brian Schneider to the plate. Going to let Marquee pitch to him, see if he can pitch out of this inning. That's going to be another chance at an error check. We're going to re-roll on the error randomization at 16. So that's going to be a 16. That's going to be center field. Check center field. That's going to be Hairston, who's a 2. 64. That's going to be a single, and he's going to get second on an error by Hairston, and that is going to end the night for Jason Marquee. So the away fans do give him a little bit of an applause here. He worked around some big trouble, but he is going to leave as the pitcher record in this potential loss here, and it'll be Brian Broderick coming up to face Wilson Valdez when we get back. Okay, well, Schneider is at 2nd, and we're bringing in Brian Broderick, who is a 1 grade, to face Wilson Valdez. But we also have to remember that for this first batter, he will be raised up to a 6 because you get to add 5. So we just add 5 to whatever. Valdez's number is he's a split 3 in this case, so he'll be an 8. Runner at 2nd. And I think we're going to let Worley hit here. He's been having a good game pitching, and there's no sense taking him out right now, I don't think. 25. check the second baseman. Second baseman is Espinoza, 8 and 6. So that's going to be runner to third, 4-3. First out of the inning, it's going to get Schneider to third. It's going to bring up Vance Worley, and with how he's hit so far tonight, they're going to let him hit. Could try squeezing. Your runner at third is pretty slow, so I think we're just going to let Worley swing away and hope you get one of these two guys to hit. 52 is a 27. Well, we would say the infield is playing in here, I think. They'd be trying to cut off the run at home with a 3-1 deficit. They wouldn't want to let that guy score. So what did I say it was? So 52 is 27. Is this with the runner on third? Yeah. So it's third baseman Cora, who is a 4. It's going to be all the way over here. High fly out. It's going to be caught by Cora. Runner cannot advance on that. 2 outs, and Jimmy Rollins. 1 for 3 so far. Can he make it 2 for 4 with an RBI? 34 is going to be a fly ball to center field. Camped under it is Hairston Jr., and the inning is over. They do get a 3 spot on 3 hits. A hits batsman, 1 left 90 feet away, but Worley will come back out for the 7th with a 3-1 lead. Phillies will have, let's see, who is coming up? LaRoche. So they will have J.C. Romero warming up, the lefty, for the 7th, just in case. And it's going to be Adam LaRoche facing Vance Worley. Worley has given up a run, so no adjustments there. 32 is going to be a grounder to second base, and that's going to be Valdez throwing to first. Howard takes it in time, 1 away. Wilson Ramos, 26, grounder down the line. Howard gets to it. He comes up. He has plenty of time with the catcher on the base paths, even though Ramos isn't the slowest catcher in the world. He does get there ahead of Ramos, and that'll be 2 away for Lance Nix. 54 is going to be a fly ball. Easy play for Ben Francisco. Through 7, Worley is pitching a gem here. 1 earned run on the homer by Espinoza. Other than that, it has been pretty lights out. Only 4 hits allowed thus far in the game. Another clean inning. 3-1 Phillies. Bottom of the 7th, it's the stretch. Didn't get a guy warming up, but we will have Henry Alberto Rodriguez be the next pitcher for the Nats. I'm going to put him on the sheet here. Okay, so it's going to be Victorino ready to face new pitcher Henry Rodriguez. Righty with an X and W letters on his card. Rated a 12. 53 is going to be another error check. So let's randomize it. Could be, would that be a third? Let's see. Yeah, that would be could be a third error. 61 is 22. That's the catcher. That's Wilson Ramos is a 7. 64, so that's going to be first on an error. It's going to be E2. No help from the defense here. Victorino with a 2-run lead, not going to be run, brings up Placido Polanco. 30, it's going to be fly ball to left. Nix has to get towards the line, but he's going to get there in time. Victorino gives it some thought, but is going to hold on at first. Brings up Ryan Howard. Gets the second. They could walk Howard. So 1 away. And that's going to be a strike. Him out. 2 down. 13. Brings up Ben Francisco. Scored after being hit by a pitch. He's also 1 for 2 with a single. That's a 36, which is going to be a 33. And with a runner at first, that's going to be a pop-up to Alex Cora, which will end the inning. No hits, 1 left on the air. We're headed to the 8th. And who's coming up? Hairston Jr. They're going to stick with Worley. They're going to have Kyle Kendrick getting ready in the pen just in case he needs some relief there. Kendrick's more of a long reliever, but he does have a decent rating, and we could use him here. And actually, no, they're going to set him down. We're going to have Michael Stutz ready to go. So, bottom of the order, can you get 3 batters here and get out of this inning right quick? 24 is 29. That is going to be, that's an X. That's another strikeout. That's going to be, what is that, 8? 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 strikeouts. Brings up Alex Cora. $31 is 14, so that will be a walk. And I think that'll be the last hitter because they're going to announce a pinch hitter for it'll be Matt Stairs with a runner on. That's a guy that Phillies fans are quite familiar with. That 2008 season, hit a huge homer at Dodger Stadium for him, so that's going to be the pinch hitter. And they had kept Romero up, so that's who they will go to in the bullpen here. So give me a second as I get that squared away on the sheet. Okay, so it brings up Stairs, and it's going to be J.C. Romero, your pitcher. He has a W rating, which is not great, but let's see what happens here. As Rodriguez is pinch hit for by Stairs. 33 is going to be an 8. Stairs is 12. That is going to be a single to left. Although he probably is, let's see, is he pull right? P is pull right, so that's going to be to right field. Cora. Phillies are going to throw into second base, so he is going to get to third. So first and third with 1 out with Espinoza, who's already done damage. And being better against the lefty, this is where they will bring in Stutz now. So another pitching change as we're back in the era where you can have the left-handed 1-out guy. Phillies trying to get through to Madsen here, and it's going to be a tough go of it as runners at the corners. Play with the infield back here. They would take a double play ball and get out of this inning if they could get Stutz to induce Espinoza into a grounder. Let's see what happens. 42. That's a strikeout. That's a huge strikeout right there. Now Ian Desmond, first and third, 2 down. Any out will do for the Phillies here to get out of the 8th, get out of trouble. And it's a 56, which is 34. And that is going to be a pop-up. There's no why. Let's see. That should be an out. let's see. Yeah, I guess there's some. It says left fielder one base. It's just going to be pop out to left field. And that'll end the inning. So, all right. It's just the things get a little quirky when you start getting guys on base. So it's not just a standard result. So Phillies get through the top of the 8th with some difficulty there, but all in all, they will take that as they head to the bottom of the 8th, and let's see, there's gonna need to be a new pitcher, and I don't think I got anybody warming up, so give me a second and I will figure out what's gonna happen. All right, so it is going to be Doug Slayton, lefty pitcher, to face lefty Raul Ibanez, who has already gone deep. Just a second, I gotta bring him up there. Okay, so it's going to be Ibanez. And I need to switch it back to bases empty. Dice roll. 45 would be a walk. And yeah, no letters, so that's going to be a leadoff walk. Is it Brian Schneider? Ryan Madsen will loosen up there, looking for a save, unless they score more here. That's going to be a strikeout. Brings up Wilson Valdez, runner at first. That's going to be a fly ball to center. Next catch there is Hairston 2 away. And we're going to have a pinch hitter. And so we have a lefty out there, so it's going to be John Mayberry. Okay, and let's see. With 2 away and 1 on, they're just going to go ahead and let Slayton face Mayberry, even though it is a. And here I need to, just in case, I need to check the ratings. That's a 42, which is going to be, ooh, that's possible error. Runner at first. Or wait, is that a hit by pitch? That might be hit by pitch. 22. Yeah, and Slayton is not HB0, so hit by a pitch brings up Jimmy Rollins with 2 outs and 2 on. And the pitch, 63, is going to be a fly ball to center field, which will end the 8th. 2 men left on, no hits in that inning. He does get a strikeout. But it's going to come down to Ryan Madsen here in the 9th, trying to preserve a 3-1 lead for the Phillies. Let's see, where does he go here? He gets where in the Mayberry spot. He has a grade of 15, and his letters are XYZ. And he's going to have to face the heart of the lineup, so not an easy task. He's going to face former teammate Worth, and then LaRoche, then Ramos. And they could even think about pulling in Pudge Rodriguez if they really wanted to. So Jason Worth, the first to face Madsen, 56 is 34. He is a Y. That'll be a strikeout. One down. Brings up Adam LaRoche. .51 is 14. Not a double Z, so that's going to be a walk. Tying run to the plate, it's going to be Ramos. 15 homers in 2011. Can Madsen induce him into a double play? Let's see what happens here. One away, runner at first. 55 is 8. Ramos is 17. That'll be 34. That's an adjustment. That could have been a hit, but instead it's an adjustment. That'll be a pop out to short. Well, let's see. Short is Rollins, 9. 23, yeah. So that's 2 outs. Let's see, do they have, let's see, Nick's 16 homers. Do they have anybody else with power? Mike Morse. They're going to pinch hit for Nick's. They're going to bring the big bat. Michael Morse. 2 down, runner at first. All right, this is maybe I'm dooming the Phillies here by doing this, putting it better. Oops. Let's see, 2 outs, runner at first. 14 is a fly ball to left field. Ibanez makes his way in, easy catch, and this ball game is over. I forgot to put the 0 there. There's a 0 there, and next there. Phillies win 3-1 on a brilliant outing by Vance Worley. He looked good from the get-go, only gave up one solo shot to Danny Espinosa, and it took a while, but his offense did come through. Raul Ibanez with the 7th homer to stake him to the 3-1 lead, and the bullpen finishing off with Madsen gets them home. I'll come back with the totals here in just a second. Okay, we're back here with your final totals here. Vance Worley, the victor for the Phillies in this 3-1 final. 2-0 record for Worley so far. And his ERA should come down from 1.69 after this one. Actually, well, he went 7 innings, 7 1/3. It'll be right about the same. Jason Marquis, the loss, 1-4. Tough start to the season for him. Madsen gets his 6th save. Player of the game, Raul Ibanez, 3 for 3 with a 3-run homer, which proved to be the difference. Also with a homer in this game, Danny Espinosa in the 3rd inning off Worley. Pitching lines there, Marquis gets the loss on 8 hits in 5 innings pitched. 3 earned runs with a strikeout, a walk, and a hit batter. Worley went 7 1/3 with 4 hits, 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts with a walk, and didn't hit anybody. For the Phillies, 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors, and 10 left on base. In this one, a lot of guys left on, but all that matters is the final score, right? And then your Nationals scoreline: 1 run, 5 hits, 3 errors, with 5 left on base. So that does it here from Citizens Bank Park. Thank you for watching Tenacious Sports. It's good to get another baseball game back in the books. It's been quite a while. Be on the lookout for some more baseball probably this weekend, depending on my time frame, what I have open in my schedule. This was a pretty good game. Fortunately, the Phillies squeaked it out. That gets them back to the above 500 part. Man, I can see. I have a tough complexion sometimes, especially when I have certain lights on. But anyway, if you like this channel, if you like the play-by-play, hit subscribe. feel free to like this. If you like this video, if you like some more APBA, I eventually would like to get back to some other baseball games on this channel, but for right now, I've kind of have a rhythm with the APBA Master games, so we're going to keep going with that. So, until next time, from the Phillies replay, this is Tenacious Earl saying have a good night, God bless, and keep rolling, and we'll see you soon back here on the channel.